welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be installing this closure curly wig from West Kiss Hair. This is how the wig was looking after I already plucked it. So it did not come plucked like this, but it did come with the hair already dyed, so that's great. I did not do any knot bleaching because the hair is already dyed blonde, so you know, all we gotta do was pluck her. Once I plucked her, I just went ahead and pressed the hairline out for easy installation. But let's get right into our install. For my glueless installs, I don't do bald caps. All I do is put on a wig cap to protect my hair from getting stuck on the clips, and I just push it back to make sure it's not showing under the lace, and that's really it. And I go ahead and slap my wig on and make sure it's nice and centered and adjusted perfectly to my head. Here's how she's looking on. Cute lioness-esque vibes. So let's get into the actual gluing down process. To lay down my lace, I'm using the Ebon Wonder Lace spray in the red bottle. They have 3 different levels, but I like to use the red one. So first thing I'm doing before I go ahead and spray that on is I'm cutting off these little thick white side tabs that you see on your closure wigs. I'm not sure what they're there for, but I just know you should not try to glue them down because they won't glue down properly. So once I cut those off, I go in and start using the spray. When using the spray, I like to make sure I'm spraying directly onto the front part of the hairline, and I'm using my fingers to help me just spread that product around so I can get a nice and even application to help prevent any buildup and it getting all cakey.
And you said there's pink black girls, not area code. These black girls need to be in the shows, be on the runways, not just billboards.
To help dry everything up and get it nice and melted to my head, I'm using my blow dryer on a cool setting along with a rat tail comb. As you can see, I've used a rat tail comb to help push the lace down, and I also use the comb to comb through the hair while I'm blow drying. This kind of helps ensure that the hair is not getting all cakey and crunchy. It's still movable, but also making sure I'm pushing down that lace in the front.
Black woman jacket and a band to twist. Look, mind over matter, I can handle this. We're fine to the second the rewards in risk. See, I think that I care too much. Bottleless on cover, see air. 2 cups, I've got nothing to show, but you love. Check my flaws and all my flaws. I was black back when it wasn't even in style. That's cool. I like it, the growth, the light, the pain, the fight. We love, we fight.
Once our lace is all dried up, I'm using my brow razor to help cut off the excess lace. And I just use a brow razor versus scissors because the razor helps get you more of a jagged cut, which just lays much more naturally upon your head. After cutting, I was getting a bit of lifting from the hair, which sometimes happens. The first spray doesn't always have to be the last spray. Sometimes you gotta spray the wig twice for it to stick properly. So I'm just going in and doing another spray down and everything. And instead of using my blow dryer, I'm just gonna go ahead and place my elastic band over the lace, let everything sit and simmer before I go in and start doing my baby hairs. And we are back. It's been about, I don't know, 10-ish minutes. I know the lace is nice and dry. Everything has stuck down. She's looking very much melted. Now we can proceed on to swooping our baby hairs. Here I'm just sectioning out the hair that I'm going to use for my baby hairs. I like to try to section out first to kind of help me get some symmetry, but it doesn't have to be perfect. To help my baby hairs lay flat, I like to use the same Ebon lace spray from earlier and spray that on top of the baby hairs. That way it just helps push them down, so laying them is a lot easier. You can use a hot comb, but I always burn myself doing that, so I just like to use a spray and just push it all down. I'm using this little razor comb that I got from my local beauty supply store. I like using a razor comb as well when it comes to cutting my baby hairs because it kind of gives them more of a feathered look, like a little, what's it called, layered, or not layered, tapered effect, which just helps them look more feathery and light on your head. To swoop my baby hairs, I'm going to be using my Eco Styler gel, and I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys watch me swoop my baby hairs because I can't explain that, to be honest.
There's pen black girls in my area cold. Dark skin, light skin, medium tones. Perm braids got mini afros. Thick lips got hips, some of us don't. Big nose contour, some of us won't. Never wanna put us in the media, bro. Want a fat beauty like Kardashians, no. Want a fat beauty that my eye got, yo. Wheel up the blood clot, tell her reload it. I've got the camera, my girls are posing. I need some backup, then my ones are rolling. Grown woman thinks I'm never mess. Who am I ain't big. Get a slice of the cake. Want a house with a view and a new pair of shoes. Keep it real from the jump. Gucci gang. Little vibe, little bass, little kick, little snare, little lies, big truths. Do you? They don't care. Do you? They don't care. Get your ass out the box and build up from there. I don't have a gang with me, but I still walk with a gangster lean. I rock Nikes cause we think they're clean. MJ leather jacket beat it Billie Jean. MJ leather jacket cause I think I'm bad. That's cool. I like it. The growth, the light, the pain, the fight. We love, we fight.
Once my baby hairs have been properly swooped, I'm using my elastic band to just, go ahead and lay them down so they can set in place. And plus just to hold down my wig, because this detangling process will cause some lifting if I don't hold this wig down. Here I'm just cutting some light layers on the hair so everything can look nice and, flowy. I also like to cut the ends of the hair because I feel like the curls form a lot better when you cut it off because it does get a little bit processed when they dye it this color. So cutting off the ends just lets everything look nice and healthy. For defining my hair, all I'm really using is water and a little squirt of this leave-in conditioner. Just a little bit. I'm gonna end up using another conditioner on the actual hair. So I squirt that in there and give it a good shake so it can, equally distribute itself. This hair was a bit dry. I'm assuming that's because it was processed to be dyed blonde, and dyeing hair blonde can dry the hair out. So my normal just water and a little bit of conditioner was not giving what it needed to give for the hair. So first I drenched the hair with water, and then I used this Camille Rose Curl Aid butter hair pudding, and I used just a little bit because I don't want to weigh the hair down, just literally that much is how much I use on each side. And I just work this product into the hair, getting the ends just to give it some moisture, because just like your natural hair, if it's dry, the curls are not going to pop. This hair was dry, so we needed some moisture to help it pop. Once the hair was feeling nice and moisturized, I'm going in with my paddle brush and just brushing until I start to see the curls form the way that I want them to form. And this step sometimes take a minute. Like, you got to keep brushing continuously till you see like the manufactured curl pattern dissolve or break away, and you can start to see the actual like curl pattern form. You know what I'm saying? So I'm brushing, and I'm also scooping with my brush, and I like to scrunch the hair to get it to form into these little ringlets. And once you get the little ringlets to form, let the hair air dry. Don't run your fingers through it. Leave it just like that to air dry in those ringlets, and you can separate it if you want it to be bigger once the hair is air dried. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. I feel like I just said a lot of words. Anyways, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this side and do the other side and come back with the finished fully dried product. So I'm using some of this Nairobi hair foam to go ahead and place on the top of the hair, the roots, and make sure I'm working the product in. This is just gonna help make sure my wig is nice and flat on top. You can do this with a hot comb as well, but I started using the mousse over the hot comb because it's not good to be using heat all the time on your hair, and this just kind of works just as well as a hot comb in my opinion. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm brushing that foam through and just rebrushing the curls to set them in place again. And I'm gonna scrunch them one last time and let them sit, and then I'll show you guys the fully dried hair.
My girls are posing, I need some backup, then my ones are rolling. Grown woman thinks I'm never at risk. Mind my own business, I'm never in mess. Who am I ain't big. Get a slice of the cake. Want a house with a view and a new pair of shoes. Keep it real from the jump. Gucci gang. Little vibe, little bass, little kick, little snare, little lies, big truths. Do you? They don't care.
And I'm back, and the hair is fully dried. You can see the curls are definitely popping. I did use my fingers to separate the curls just a little bit, just to help give it that volume. Here I'm using my hot comb just a little bit to press everything down, especially in the part, to get it nice and flat. And then to also emphasize the part, I'm using a light shade concealer and drawing that right in the middle. As you can see, it's gonna make that part pop, make it look really long, and just everything looks really nice and neat and professionally done. And there we go. That is how I installed this beautiful, lovely wig. Here are the finished results. Okay, she's laid, she's flat, she's giving as always. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you in another one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And goodbye, guys. Peace out, Girl Scouts. See you in another one.
Okay, alright. And you said there's pink black girls, not area code. These black girls need to be in the shows. Be on the runways, not just billboards. On top of that, I wanna see a crown. Natural relax to the Jericho, one time soft and sheen. Where black girl magic is sometimes blue. But I broke a hairband or two. Raise my voice, she gonna say that I'm angry. Kiss my teeth, and now you say that I'm hood. Hit at 16, you say it's my destiny. Driving a range, you think I'm up to no good. Give us a break and let us breathe, man. Give me a chance, let's achieve, fam. And I know that my hair looks a bit different today, so don't touch my hair.
Like new hair, who this? Old black woman jacket and a band two twist. Look, mind over matter, I can handle this. We're fine, took a second, there were wards in risk. See, I think that I care too much. Bottle of some cover, see air. 2 cups, I've got nothing to show, but you love, check my flaws and all my flaws. I was black back when it wasn't even in style. I like it, the growth, the light, the pain, the fight. We love, we fight, we hurt.